Hello, sexy, healthy, and leaners. What up? How you doing? You are on step 6 of the 7-step program. My goodness, look at you. You should be feeling super proud of yourself by now. Listen, I know it hasn't been an easy road. You've been doing some new things you've never been asked to do before, but give yourself a little pat on the back just for being this far, just for having made it this far. You are doing good. Just listening, just being here. Every change you make makes a difference. So know that your work makes a difference and it does count. So let's talk today about now snack it out. Now snack it out. Yeah. Let's talk snacks. Did you even know you were going to get snacks? Doesn't that word just kind of make you happy? Snacks. Yeah, you get them. Woo woo. Why would this woman include snacks? Well, listen, I can't let you get hungry. I can't. Because when I get hungry is when I fall off the rails. If I'm eating healthy and doing well, I will go get every kind of junk food. And it can be from a gas station to a grocery store to Home Depot, the hot dogs. That's right. So I just can't let you get hungry because I know what will happen. We don't want that. We want you to not have any hunger meltdowns. Instead, we want for you to have fullness. When you're feeling full, you're not really thinking about what's my next meal, what am I going to eat next, what's going on. You're feeling calmness and balance, not those highs and lows. This constant influx of healthy things is keeping you stable and peaceful and calm. Less cravings. And those words we know really well by now, digestion and metabolism. I don't need to tell you. You should be telling me right now because you got to be an expert at why that's important by now. Let's define snacks because what I call snacks and what you're thinking are snacks might be two totally different things. Snacks are smaller portions than a meal, okay? It could be a wide variety of anything. Doesn't have to be just these things I'm listing. We'll get into the details, but it is a smaller portion of protein than you would have for a meal, and you either add a fruit or a vegetable or a smoothie. All right, that's easy enough. When can I have this snack? When can I have it, girl? Let me know. When can I have it? Anytime you're hungry. Listen, typically people say you should eat every 2 to 3 hours. But if you are hungrier sooner because you're working out or for whatever reason, it's okay. I eat whenever I'm hungry. You heard me? Yes, I did. I eat whenever I'm hungry. It's just what I eat. If I'm a little bit hungry, I might just have an apple. If I'm really hungry, I might have a smoothie and some eggs. Or I might have some leftovers from dinner. I might have a black bean burger, like a smaller portion, and have it with some mixed greens. So when can you have it? Anytime you're hungry. Most often you're having it between your meals. And you try to work in 2 snacks per day. Okay? It could be more, but you're trying to have at least 2 snacks per day. My goal is for you to be eating 5 times a day plus your lemon water. So, are there success tips? Yeah. Stop thinking snacks can only be one thing. I talk a lot about eggs, but that's because that's what I eat. You don't have to eat eggs. It could be anything you had for dinner last night, just a smaller portion. It can be leftovers, it can be smoothies, it can be salad, it can be eggs, it could be anything as long as it's on our healthy eating plan. Here are some examples though of things that I really and truly actually eat in my life. Like what do I really eat? For my snacks, I would have 2 scrambled egg whites and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. You know what that means? It's the 3 fingers with the thumb grabbing that amount of cheese and putting it on. Sprinkle of Parm with hot pepper sauce and ketchup. I love that. I also saute some mushrooms and some spinach in a pan. I pour in some scrambled eggs, the whites again, 2 of them, and sprinkle in Parmesan cheese and take that to work as a snack. I chop up imitation crab and dice in some tomatoes and put them in the pan with that cooking spray. Pour in my eggs, scramble those up, and carry that with me. I also have 2 handfuls of almonds or cashews with an apple, or really any kind of nuts, mixed nuts, whatever you feel like. I really love lentils. I think they're delicious because you can do so much with the seasoning and they're warm and they're hearty. And so you could have a bowl of lentils. If you talk about the portioning, it's a little less than you're having for dinner. So think about that big scooper, that big spoon that you use to scoop spaghetti sauce. It's like 2 of those, or a little bit more if you're really starving. And the smoked turkey is already inside of the lentils. I didn't write it on here, but you could easily have some mixed greens with it, or carrot sticks, or celery sticks, or sliced cucumber, or sliced tomatoes, whatever. You could have any of that. I also take a piece of toast, not 5 pieces, y'all, 1 piece of toast, and I toast it. Then I put hummus on it. Oh, I love hummus, and that's just chickpeas. Really good for you and protein. You can buy it at your grocery store, pre-made. So I'll put some hummus on my bread after I toast it and sprinkle on oregano. Oh my gosh, that's good. And then I have a smoothie with that as well. And then you can have ground turkey. Again, this looks like hamburger. It's like hamburger's healthier twin sister. And you can have the same portion of that you would have of the beans. 2 of those big sauce spoons that you would use for spaghetti sauce, 2 scoops of those. But you could put on some taco seasonings. Slice up onion, cilantro, tomato, sprinkle a little cheddar, and have all of that. Or just put some sliced avocado and some salsa on top of it and have a smoothie on the side. Last, a protein smoothie. That always works. Right now you're thinking, Stephanie, 5 times a day. I don't even have time to cook 1 meal a day. Well, let's get into that. You're busy. You're busy. You need some help getting this done. So let's talk about how you're going to get it done. It's all about your prep the night before. You're going to do this, and it's not as hard as you think because you're making dinner the night before. So you're just going to box that up and put it in small Tupperware containers and put it in your fridge. You're good to go. You can even put it in your little lunchbox to carry it for the next day. Already ready to go with apples or chopped up bananas or chopped up pears or whatever it is that you're going to be eating to go with it. Remember, I said you could take some mixed greens and make your own balsamic dressing. You know what I do? I use a little bit of olive oil. I pour in some balsamic oil. I put in a little black pepper, squeeze some lemon, or if you don't like the lemon, chop up some watermelon and pour the juice inside of there. Blend up some strawberries, pour that in there. It is amazing. Pour that over your salad and toss it around. So good. So you're going to prepare all this stuff at night when you're making your dinner, when you're boxing up your dinner and you're packing it all up when you're done at the end of the meal. Just pack up your stuff for the next day. That's when you chop a few extra vegetables, put them in Ziploc bags, and you're good to go. Or, by the way, you could also make big portions. If you don't mind this, you can make bigger portions of meals and eat more leftovers. So you might have the same thing for lunch and dinner tomorrow. It doesn't have to be different meals. I do that a lot because I don't really like to cook. So I'll make a lot the night before, and then the next day I can have it for lunch and for dinner. And then that night I make something new for the next day for lunch and for dinner. That's what I do because it works for me. I don't mind the leftovers. If you don't like that, get to cooking. You can do that too. And by the way, if you have a lot of leftovers, you could always freeze it, put small portions in Ziploc bags, put them in the freezer, and then the next day or whatever day you want to use them, you already have a variety frozen in your freezer just to pull out little packages. And you can microwave it the next day and be ready to go. Let's talk about an example day. You're going to have your lemon water and your 2 to 3 33-ounce bottles of water throughout the day. You have your first smoothie. It's that one with leafy greens, remember it? It's been a long time ago since we talked about that, but yeah. You have a breakfast that you make and take with you. You have a snack. You have your lunch. You have another snack. You could shift this around a little bit and have your snack come after your dinner if you want to. It's up to you, but this is what you're going to be eating in a day, the number of times. You got smoothie, meal, snack, meal, snack, meal. It's 5 or 6 meals a day. It's your choice, but this is how much you should be eating in a day. If you're eating less than this, you got to up your game. I want you eating something small every 2 to 3 hours. And also, timing is very important. We didn't talk about this yet. I'm going to cover it more in next week, but timing is important as well. If you can try not to eat 3 hours before you go to bed, you'll see a major shift in your weight loss. So I'll talk about that more next week, but remember, this is an example day. Let's look at an example day with real food, like real stuff. What would somebody really be eating? Just an example. Your lemon water, a smoothie with spinach, cucumber, mango, little sprinkled coconut, and water with no protein. Then your snack or breakfast, whichever you want to call it, that you brought with you, could be 2 handfuls of almonds and an apple. Or if you're having your breakfast, it could be 2 egg whites and salsa and a half avocado. So at this point, you could either have the breakfast you brought, or you could have a snack, which is a slightly smaller portion. It's how hungry you're feeling. No matter what you're eating, sometime during your mid-morning, after you've had your smoothie and before lunch. That's all I was trying to say. Then at lunchtime, you know what you're supposed to have. You would actually have a quarter to a half plate of teriyaki salmon, a third cup of quinoa, and you could still have a small smoothie, or you could replace that smoothie with a half plate of Caesar salad. Doesn't that sound yummy? I think so. For snack, you got your lentil beans with smoked turkey and that mixed greens that I mentioned. You make your own balsamic. Or if you don't want the mixed greens, have an apple. Then you have your dinner, which is half to quarter plate of chicken, with the rest of the plate being vegetables. I said, how about some lightly sauteed asparagus and olive oil with seasoned salt? And then you have your special snack. Wait a minute. What? Special snack? Yes, you get a special snack. Oh, yeah, yeah. You were waiting for this, weren't you? You're excited to hear this. You should be. Because I need this to be something that you can live with. I really do. I can't have you cracking under the pressure. DMing me talking about, Stephanie, I'm so stressed. I can't make it. And I can't have you fall off the wagon and go have a crazy meltdown where you just eat everything. So you got to stay full, and you have to have some things you enjoy. So you get to have a little special something every day if you want to. But let's talk about that little special snack. What is it? How much of it is it? What do I get? What do I get? Well, let me tell you what I really and truly eat. I'm a sweets girl, so 1 time per day I like to have a little sweet. That means 1 to 2 squares of a Hershey candy bar. You know what I'm talking about, those little tiny squares? Or maybe 5 or 6 M&Ms. Or 1 of those Ghirardelli chocolate squares. Yeah. If you're a salties kind of person, you could have like 5 or 6 Beano chips. They're actually tortilla chips made out of beans. Any chips made out of beans or lentils or even corn, but try to stay away from the flour and the white flour. You could also have like a handful of popcorn or a handful of caramel corn. Notice I didn't say a bag of caramel corn. I didn't say 100-calorie snack pack. I didn't say none of that. I said you get a little tiny bit. You know what a little tiny bit is. I try to give you some guidelines here, but use your judgment. You are in this for yourself to make real progress. Look how much you've done so far. My God, you're on week 6. So keep up your progress. Something small each day. If you don't need it, that's fine. Leave it aside. If it's too much of a temptation for you, have one of the kids lock it up in the room and only pull it out for you after 8 o'clock at night, then lock it back up. Whatever you got to do. Let me tell you something I do that you'll laugh at. I put my little sweet treat underneath the stove with the pots and pans. Let me tell you why. I do that because I don't see it all the time, every time I open the cupboard to get out a can of beans or the coffee or something like that. I put it in a place where I don't normally go. I know it's there, but I don't look at it all the time. So that helps me not cheat throughout the entire day and just save it and have my little mini portion at night. That does help. Please keep in mind you should stay away from the bread-based treats as much as possible. That means cupcakes and donuts. Little chocolates are in, little salties are in because they are made with beans or with corn. But if you're thinking about having pretzels, if you're thinking about having potato chips, if you're thinking about having donuts or cupcakes, try to stay away from bread-based treats, okay? Remember, you get 1 per day. That's it. You got goals. Feel good because I gave you that special treat. What's your how-to for this week? What are you supposed to do? So we touched on it last week already, but I'm adding clarity this week by telling you you're going to add 2 snacks to your day. So it's a total of 3 meals and 2 snacks, plus your lemon water, plus your baby special treat that you get to have. You are prepping the night before. You are carrying smoothies in reusable water bottles or thermos. You're drinking your water, water, water. I know you didn't forget that. And I've spoken about this several times, but remember what to do if you have a craving. This is the drill. You should know this by now. I bet you do. You could probably say it with me. What's the drill? You feel like you gotta have something. Yes, Stephanie, I drink a small smoothie. I drink an 8-ounce glass of water. I wait 20 minutes, and if I still want it, I can have it, just a half portion. I'm glad you got it. I knew you did. Yes, that's your how-to. So specifically, your plan for the week, step 6 is add 2 snacks to your day for a total of 5 or 6 mini meals. Have your snacks between your meals. Eat anytime you're hungry. Make them smaller portions than your dinner. That's important. They're not the same size as your dinner. They're a little bit smaller. Just a little snack to get you tide over. But you may have meals for your snack. You don't have to have eggs and nuts. You can actually have the same thing you had for dinner last night, just have it in a baby portion, okay? And your special snack, yeah, you get that, but do not cheat on the portions. This will make a difference in your sexy, healthy, lean journey. It really will. If you can stick to just that portion, it'll still work. All right, y'all, this is it. Step 6 of Sexy, Healthy, Lean. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to see you next week.